I completely blanked on Hallowed Fountain, so we'll see. It's possible that those should be in here. Look at that. Plenty of blue mana, chat. Plenty of blue mana. Tef's Chuck Wagon. Modern staple Azorius Signet here. There's a good chance that there should be Hallowed Fountains in the mana base, which probably pushes the cost of the deck up a touch too. I think the original deck list I started with was a budget list, so that's probably part of the reason why it didn't have that. Are we just supposed to start fair belchering them? I feel like we could definitely just start like fair belchering them. I'm gonna pass with Mana Leak up here, but I feel like we're gonna value Belcher a non-zero amount of times this league. It was 16 tickets. Yeah, definitely a budget list to start then. Load the meme cannon. Big Tef's Chuck Wagon. I have white mana. I have Talisman of Progress. Who's ready to fire the meme cannon, chat? Who's ready to fire the meme cannon? Thin the land out of our deck first here. Oh yeah, just get ya. Nug you for that free point of damage. Just get him. Get him. The value. Can you feel the value? Fire at will! The Secure the Waste might actually be really good. I think I'm actually just going to cast the Secure for a bunch here. Because if they like Mana Leak or negate this, that's like one less Mana Leak or negate for my Teferi potentially. Or if they like tap out for Damnation next turn, I'm more likely to resolve this in the following turn. Irrigated Farmland OP. Probably in the market for a Mana Leak, huh? Probably something I'm okay with. Although I'm probably blasting off the meme cannon here. They're down to 13, chat. Do you think when they were building their control deck, they had blue-white Charbelcher on the list of decks they were prepared to play against? They're bouncing our meme cannon, chat. They're bouncing our meme cannon. Fire at will! Yay! We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray! We spent 10 mana to deal 6 points of damage so far. Ha ha! Oh no, don't fatal push my warrior. Should have topped both of the cannon. That's fair. Do you think they're hoping to counter Charbelcher on the way back down? I bet they're hoping to counter Charbelcher on the way back down and are not going to be prepared for the second Goblin Charbelcher. Oh, I only have 7 mana, though. Am I just supposed to pass here? I think I'm supposed to pass. I cast Serum Visions and then probably pass. Oh. Oh, that's what I like to call a combo in the biz, chat. That's what I like to refer to as a combo. Combo, nerds. Thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. So because they fatal push post-combat here, I think that signifies they have Snapcaster. Yeah. Yeah, Snap Cryptic Command sounds like what they were holding up there. Whom should I learn my knight skill? There are many skilled warriors that defend Hoaglandia and can teach you the ways of our people. I did not see Caleb do that. They saw Horizon earlier with a Charbelcher activation, so they know it's coming. The cannon is loaded was probably a poor response. You don't understand, it's not just any cannon, it's a meme cannon. Oh, geez, we're snap crypticking. Are they going to bounce a token here? Are they going to bounce a token here? So we get to like Teferi tuck. Oh, they're dead. They're dead, chat. They're dead. We get to Teferi tuck the Tassiger, D-Sphere the Snapcaster mages. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just the fairest Belcher in the world. Just the fairest, like, this is what Richard Garfield envisioned, or whoever designed the meme cannon. This is like what they envisioned happening. Just nothing but fair Belcher activations. I would love me some Negates and an Elspeth, and we'll be on our way. I think I leave Path in for their Delve threats. That was a sweet game of Magic the Gathering. I feel like that's an oversight. There is a non-zero chance that there should be both copies of Sacred Foundry and Hallowed Fountain in here. Thank you for all the sweet meme decks and the great content you provide. Icy Pestilence, thank you for the 3-month free subscription. Welcome back. I think I mulligan this, right? Just like pretty easy redraw. Only one land, no scry. Yeah, turn 3 meme cannon. I agree. Meme Mondays is a success. I'm enjoying Meme Mondays. So Monday is a day that, unlike the rest of the week where I just pick the decks at the top of the queue, I prioritize decks that aren't aren't true competitive modern decks. They're decks that are just sweet. So Monday is always all sweet decks all morning long. All day long? Yeah, because we're going for another 5 hours or so here. I guess there's no reason this deck has to be... Oh, this deck has to splash blue, right? Because there aren't white-red... There isn't a white-red Irrigated Farms, and there isn't a white-red Prairie stream. Alright, so now we have 2 Endless Horizons, so I guess I'll jam one of those. You need to read Endless Horizons, Duckles. You need to read Endless Horizons. So, for those that don't understand what's going on, Endless Horizons lets us pull every plains out of our deck. So we can't play lands in our deck that aren't plains. This card empties our deck of lands, and then we fire the meme cannon and kill them. So that is why our mana base is weird. There should probably be Hallowed Fountains in our deck, because those are plains that we can pull out. Am I supposed to play into a Cryptic Command here? I feel like I'm supposed to play into a Cryptic Command here. I mean, it probably depends on how you defended me expected. You can do a nice thing in a poor way and have it not go over well. Oh no! Oh no! Chat, they've pithinged the meme cannon! They've put the meme cannon under lock! They figured us out! Alright, so I think I'm gonna end step secure the wastes here and then untap an Endless Horizons, because I really want this Endless Horizons to resolve, because if Endless Horizons resolves, we're gonna draw so much gas for the rest of this game. The cannon's jammed, chat. Somebody help, the cannon is jammed. Warriors, come out and play. Alright, sweet. This Endless Horizons is looking like it's going to resolve. Leave one? I don't even know if I need to leave one. This draws you a plains every turn, too. So, like, I don't even think I need to leave one. Like, if they want to Ghost Quarter me, I think I'm fine with that. Why do I care if they bounce the Endless Horizons, chat? I have plenty of mana. Look down the barrel to check for a jam. Oh god. Oh god. This is almost as bad as surgically extracting Shadowboard Apostles. I have to imagine we're a strong favorite to win from here, having only gas in our deck. I guess we technically have 2 Signets and 2 Talismans that are basically lands, but our threat density is really high now. Have we tried turning the cannon off and turning it back on again? Found the IT person. Found the IT person in the audience. Yeah, we also get to draw 2 cards a turn. So Endless Horizons gives us a plains to our hand every turn. It's just like genuinely good in a control mirror. Just like we get to draw a piece of action every turn, and we're guaranteed. Yeah, and we get to get Irrigated Farmlands, which is just absurd. We got you, Valdor. We got you. All right, tough choices. All right, so if we hit a Detention Sphere, they're dead. We have 2 copies of D-Sphere in our deck. They're both lethal because they unclogged the cannon. And I think I'm going to take a Cycle Land here. Oh, yeah. And so it's not lethal yet, but we do get to get it in under counter magic here. Extras, thank you for the 6-month resubscription and welcome back. I appreciate the continuation. Let's give him the D. Let's give him the D here. Let's get it out of here. This deck is sweet. Okay, like I don't know if it's good. It's got Goblin Charbelcher in it, so it's probably not good. But this deck is like gasoline. We're up a game in this match, Burgle. This is game 2 of the league. Game 2, match 1, and we're up a game. This deck is not good. It's great. What they put in their hand? They put Search for Azcanta into their hand. Oh, come on. Pass the turn. Pass the turn. I want to belt you. 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 Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Come on! Come on! They could have disallowed. That's true. We're gonna blast them during their upkeep. I'm gonna get a land to actually put into play here. Play Prairie Stream out here. We drew Negate too. Belch me, baby, one more time. Everybody belch now. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Meme cannon undefeated. This to set the bar incredibly low. This might be the most competitive Charbelcher deck in existence. Welcome, everybody. Good morning, afternoon, or good night, wherever you're at in the world. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time meme here on Twitch. We play a ton of Magic the Gathering, mostly modern, also play some Legacy and some Vintage on occasion. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the reason I'm able to stay here full-time. They keep me employed. I really appreciate all of them. If you're new to Twitch, subscriptions start at $4.99 a month, or if you're one of the many people in the world who has Amazon Prime, if you link your Amazon and your Twitch accounts, you get Twitch Prime included with that for free, and that gives you a free channel subscription every single month to a channel of your choice here on Twitch. You can also support my content by supporting some of my wonderful sponsors. Cardsphere.com would love to help you turn some of your Magic cards into other cards or cash direct with other players. There's no haggling, they just take a 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags there. Mert Gerhassen with that 3-month resubscription. Thank you very much for that quarter of your support and welcome back. I appreciate it. CoolStuffInc.com buy and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles using promo code Jeff5. You can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. And of course, this stream wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anironics, Justin Nivik, and all of y'all out there. So thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you are new, make sure you hit that follow button. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything. We're heading on into our second match here. Pretty easy mulligan. Not a whole lot going on there. This hand is not amazing, but I'm going to keep it. Again, probably should be Hallowed Fountains in the deck. Probably should have a touch more blue mana. We'll see, though. We'll see. I know you're an adult, but I think you need an adult here, adult. What bar is lower than Charbelcher deck? It's a tough one. It's a tough one to limbo under. Gotta bottom that. Gosh, this hand would be so good if it had a blue source. Yeah, I think so, Anoronyx. Like, we're playing basically a wacky control deck. We're basically playing a blue-white control deck with a wacky win condition, right? And, like, Endless Horizons and Goblin Charbelchers are both cards that have text boxes when you don't have the other card. So, when I was updating the list you sent me last night and this morning, I just completely blanked that Hallowed Fountain was another dual land that we could play. And that's definitely on me. But the original list you sent me didn't have Hallowed Fountain in it, and I forgot that it was another dual land that we could play. By the time people had pointed it out this morning, I had already ordered cards, and it's a pain to place more orders. We're already on our way. Yeah, we have farmlands and prairie streams in our deck. And again, for people that don't understand the deck building restriction, all of our lands have to have the plain subtype. Super type, subtype, I don't know. One of those types. It needs that typing explicitly. So we can play Hallowed Fountain, but we can't play things like fetch lands. I'm actually going to spread myself here, because I'd like more blue mana. Land is a super type, plains is a subtype. Look at that. Learn something new every day. Look, chat, you can't see me below the chest. So whatever I do and spread down here, that's my own business. Y'all worry about yourselves, okay? All right, let's see if we can resolve this Endless Horizons here. And again, like, just resolving this card is actually very good. It means we draw a piece of action every turn for the rest of the game, and we draw a land every turn for the rest of the game. Fuck. Yeah, we just need an answer to the Delver. Make sure we don't miss any of these by zooming in. Yeah, it's a Howling Mine in a way. It's a Howling Mine that guarantees you're drawing at least one spell per turn. I mean, if the opponent destroys it, we lose the card advantage, but we still have the increase in card quality that we're getting from having all of these lands thinned out of our deck. Path to Exile, Path to Exile. Detention Sphere is a great draw because it's a piece of removal that I can play with Mana Leak Up. Draven, thank you for the 7-month resubscription and welcome back. I do appreciate it. More than halfway to being able to time people out. Yep. Viva Hooglandia. And also, this card can straight up generate card advantage too, because we have Cycle Lands in our deck. So like if we have Cycle Lands, we can draw extra spells too. Crazy Catman 789, thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime stub. I appreciate it. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine this month. What are we doing here? Spreading Seas is probably bad. I probably could use more spot removal in my sideboard, like a Blessed Alliance or something. I feel like you probably don't want more cycle lands than that, Mage. I feel like 4 is probably plenty. Yeah, the Elspeth is great in general. Declaration in Stone could be okay. I agree. I think I think this deck could actually be okay. I think with a couple more details, it could be reasonable. You're just never going to beat Burn with a deck like this, and that's okay. I'm going to keep this on the draw. I think Path to Exile is one of our more important cards in this matchup, and we get 3 shots at a land because of the Serum Visions. Anironic submitted the initial idea. He sent it to me last night. And then he sent me a budget version of this from like a year or 2 ago, and I cleaned it up. I made a bunch of non-budget changes and then some other changes as well. All right, we are well on our way to getting punished here. Planes, please. All right, well. What have I been here? I forgot to put Shocklands in. I did. We said that a couple of times. Bidding the Signet might be greedy, but I like all the rest of the cards in our hand. So, pretty obvious that they're holding up a counterspell here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this Plains, and I'm going to move to my opponent's upkeep, and I'm going to opt to path them during their upkeep. Now, I think the Wrath is important to keep because there's a very good chance my opponent is a young Pyromancer deck, and I'd really prefer that they... that I keep that in order to clear out a Pyromancer, potentially. Yeah, I agree, Tom, and that's why Modern's sweet and why I'm a little bit liberal with the decks that I accept as deck lists, because, like, there's a lot of sweet things hiding in this format. Like, this is a really... the core idea of this is really sweet. Yeah, I'm not playing Supreme Verdict because we don't have that many blue sources, although with the addition of Hallowed Fountain... So, that's actually a small thing. So, why draw step over upkeep? My opponent chose not to flip their Delver of Secrets, which meant they were drawing a land, most likely. So, I want them to draw a land as opposed to shuffling them. Alright, I'm going to attempt to path this, because if they have a counterspell, we can then untap and then Day of Judgment them. I don't know, Kurtia. I'll think about that when it gets closer to the top of the queue. This is definitely a deck where Verdict is much better. But again, like, I was worried about the number of blue sources our deck contains. I wonder if they have a counterspell. I feel like they would have protected the Pyromancer, but maybe they just, like, are scared of Endless Horizons. It looks like they're just flooding. This might be the worst part about playing this deck. This is a good example of why I don't accept Battle of Wits donation decks, because, like, it's this slow doing this with this many cards, like... Yeah, but I mean, our deck is thinned, Tom, so, like, I get to play Charbelcher and then kill them. So I think that's fine. Grab a basic Plains here. I think I just Day of Judgment, right? Because, like, this baits a counterspell if they have one. My opponent commented in chat that they're flooding. Should I comment back that they should play more Endless Horizon so they don't have to draw lands every turn? I responded with need more Endless Horizons in your life. Can we talk about how great Teferi is, by the way? Because, like, normally this card would be an absurd beating for us, right? But, like, I have Teferi, so now I'm just gonna, like, take this and tuck it. And, like, I'm guaranteed to hit my 7th land drop next turn. So, like, next turn I'm gonna play and activate Goblin Charbelcher. You got him. He's dead. Deal. Hey, look, they gave us mountains. They gave us mountains, chat. Now we have mountains. I still don't know if this deck is good, but it is awesome. It is certainly awesome. Load the beam cannon! Fire at will! We did it! We did it! We did it! Hooray! 2040, no big deal. Brush the shoulders off there for a moment. Moto is running like Moto runs, so let's give it a quick re-kick here. Give it the quick re-kick. Enjoy my Painter Servant wallpaper for half a moment. Oop, oop. Don't look at my root password, chat. It's very rude. It's invasive. Don't invade my space. Doogie MacGyver, thank you for the Twitch Prime and welcome. I appreciate it. I just realized you and I need to coordinate when we wear our Batman shirt. This deck is gas. If we 5-0, 10-0, can we run it back next Monday? Probably. I feel like if we 5-0, I can't play it on Meme Monday again, right? Like, if we 5-0, I feel like we have to declassify it as a meme. It has to be, it no longer fits the classification for a Monday. It's a sad mulligan, but it's a mulligan for sure. This scene is very reasonable. I think I'm in the market for another land tier. Yeah, I agree, Marty. And like, I feel like a big part of why this deck could maybe be reasonable is that Endless Horizons is just a good card to draw and play for 4 mana. Just like we often talk about you should be fixing problems decks have, and blue-white control, both not drawing enough lands and not having enough actions, are real problems the archetype has, and Endless Horizon fixes both of those things. There's a Belcher addendum to that rule. That's fair. If it's got Goblin Charbelcher in it, it's always appropriate for Meme Mondays. Endless Horizons is better than Jace the Mind Sculptor with the hottest of fucking takes. Agree. To set the bar low, Endless Horizons is better than Jace the Mind Sculptor. Just gonna cash in my Day of Judgment here. Just clean their power off the board. I mean, we have a deck full of functional, reasonable Magic cards outside of Horizon and Belcher, though. Like, we can kill with Teferi. We can win with Secure the Waste. We've actually already won a game today with Secure the Waste. Sure, but a lot of the time you don't need to draw more lands. Like, once we get to 4 lands, we can cast almost every spell in our deck. Like, drawing a second land, a guaranteed land every turn is nice. But everybody get your Endless Horizons now before the MTG finance community does what they do best. I would recommend buying them now if you think you're going to play this deck. Call up that Seance person, we've got a hotter one. I kind of don't want to play my Secure the Waste until I either 1, am moving to hand size, or 2, have played my Wrath of God out. Although that really makes me want to Secure the Waste. Yeah, I'm a liar. Let's do it. Gorbatron, thank you for the 6-month resubscription. Pick up your training sword and join us in preparing to defend Hoaglandia. Load the meme cannon! We're probably gonna have to path to exile this Shambling Ventier, I would assume. Well, that's so good for us. I would love a land. Who are you defending Hoaglandia from? Have you read Twitch chat before? We need defending. This deck is so good against Path to Exile and things that deal with basics. They're defending us from ourselves. Oh, chat! Are we gonna do it again? Holy crap, we might do it again! We might do it again! Oh, jeez! Oh, jeez! Is there something bugged with this card? Every time we cast Endless Horizons, Moto lags. Y'all ready for this? Load the meme cannon. Prepare to fire the meme cannon. Smoke if you got him, right? Look at our combo control deck. This is sweet. Have we rebuilt Splinter Twin, chat? I've heard of this Splinter Twin deck that's banned for being a combo control deck. Is this Splinter Twin? Oh no, they killed our Endless Horizons, chat. That's fine. That's fine. God, we didn't draw a land. We're so unlucky. If we'd be luckier, we could have drawn a land. The lag is Moto trying to remember what it does, right? All right, well, unless they have another Anguished Unmaking here, we're going to kill them next turn. They're still dead. I have Detention Sphere. Oh, they could have lad chatted Belcher. That's funny. Good thing they messed up. We have not lost a game this league. Is this my... Can I play this in Indy? Am I allowed to take this deck to Indianapolis? Is that... Would it be absurd to take this to the Open? Alright, what are we doing? Negate's probably pretty good against black-white tokens. Need to wear a cannon. What are my cuts here? The Path to Exiles are probably pretty bad. Leaving a couple in for Lad Chad's probably okay. Do I want my Elspeth here? I feel like my Elspeth could be okay. Maybe trim a couple of Mana Leaks. Negate's definitely just better than Mana Leak in this matchup, by and large. Oh, they showed us Mentor. These paths are probably fine. Spreading Seas doesn't accomplish much. I'm gonna leave the paths in because they showed us Mentor. Alright, that seems good. I don't think Nodes is good here. Nodes is really slow. It might be okay, though. It's very possible that it's okay. Hand seems great. You're just running hot. Play this steaming pile. Not surprised to see Mana Leak go away there. Fire away, Lukatog. Thank you for the big bets. Snag number 1 on the cheerboard there. So I didn't put Supreme Verdict in this deck because the number of blue sources is suspect, but we should also be playing Hallowed Fountain. So with Hallowed Fountain, we can probably play Supreme Verdict. I wanted to minimize the number of blue cards I was playing because of the lack of blue mana in the mana base, but with Hallowed Fountain, we almost certainly have enough blue mana. That's a good one. I think this deck is so when we talk about decks that are bad in Modern, especially combo decks usually have very low card quality in them. And this deck not only has a lot of reasonable Magic cards in it, but Endless Horizon and Goblin Charbelcher to some extent, although it's much less, Endless Horizons is a very reasonable Magic card, even when you don't have the other part of your combo. So I think what this deck is doing is pretty sound fundamentally from like a pure deck building perspective standpoint. Like what it's doing isn't as offensive as other things similar to this that other people generally try to do. Next time we play this deck, it will have 4 Hallowed Fountains in it. While updating the deck list... Oh, how did we win with Stony Silence in play? Those shouldn't be in my sideboard. I was rebuilding a budget deck list that I was sent at midnight last night at 7 a.m. this morning. So I did not fix all of the details correctly. There 0% should be Stony Silences in my sideboard. That was a very bad addition. I think I'm going to get one more land here just because I want 7 lands in play before I start cycling. But then once we have 7 mana sources, I'll start grabbing cycle lands so we can start drawing 2 cards a turn for a little bit. Leyline of Sanctity. Get out of here. How many bits for me to run this back with fixes? I'm not going to run it back today, but I will 10 out of 10 accept this as a deck to get it back in the queue. This is definitely a deck I would play again in the future. It seems really sweet, and I would like to work on it some more. I love you. I love you too, waifu. Hope your workday is going well. I'm gonna bottom this path, top this Teferi. This deck lets you play Hearthstone and Magic, right? Shadow Falls 415. Thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome. Yes, Endless Horizon is a control mirror breaker. It's a control / mid-range mirror breaker. It is very, very good in these style of matchups. We are still at the raised donation cost, so tier 3 subs and $50 donations to get things into the queue. You need to keep that in place until we get it more under control. I'm gonna grab another land here since I'm playing Teferi. No, I don't want to pull the trigger on Wrath, because I want to hold Path to Exile up to tag this Gideon. No, the second Endless Horizons is useless. It is a dud. Endless Horizons only gets lands that it specifically exiled. You're so nice, giving people the ability to check off their bingo squares, wife. This deck needs Jace. I don't think that's true. I think Jace is really bad. I think this deck already has a lot of top end, and Jace isn't a very good card in Modern. We're playing Endless Horizons. That card's way better than Jace. And Teferi is certainly better than Jace. Like, that's not even close. Alright, so now I'm going to start grabbing Irrigated Farmlands here, so we actually get to draw 2 cards for the next couple of turns. Although I guess I could also just, like, grab another Planesseer and, like, secure the waste. Steam Vlogger with the $3.66 donation. What's the message with that one? Sorry, I gotta load my dashboard. Yeah, I'm actually gonna keep grabbing actual land. Broke Modern. Certainly did. Certainly broke Modern. Which flavor? This one I have right now is unsweetened black tea, but I also really like the raspberry tea. Detention Sphere, Serum Visions. I think I'll keep D-Sphere for now, and I think I'll keep both of those, actually. Seems pretty reasonable. We're mostly drawing gas at this point. That is very correct. Yeah, Jace also extra bad with 0 fetches. That is very true. Secure the Waste is also absurd in this deck that just, like, makes all these land drops, right? Our mill matchup is almost certainly bad. Right, so looking for a Belcher here. Aren't we always? Negate, secure. I actually just think I want both of these. Pretty sure I just want both of these. I'm gonna go ahead and cycle this, because Teferi's gonna untap some lands here. Wait, Leyline instead of Serenity? I don't know, I'm gonna have to think about it. I didn't put a ton of thought into the sideboard. Just like threw some cards that seemed good, which was why Stony Silence is there. I obviously like didn't think through which cards were there. I'm gonna decline using Path to Exile's ability. I think we can just win with the Secures, yeah. On the back of this Endless Horizon feeding us infinite mana. Yeah, Rest in Peace could be good. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's right to just... We're securing the Endless Horizons. Yeah, it is very unlucky, Rogue, that we're out of lands to go get. Very, very unlucky. I'm not a fan of Leyline in general. I don't think that card is very good. Outside of... I don't think Leylines are very good outside of decks that can't discard them. Hot take, Amazon Prime is the Endless Horizons of subscriptions. Thank you, Red Shoes, for the 6 months, and welcome back. Always love the memes. Put my monthly sub to Mono Red Tremors. Thank you, Persip. As a heads up, tier 1 subs don't get to bump anything specifically, but I do appreciate the continued support. I would love to grab another Planesseer, I think, because I'm going to be using my mana pretty aggressively here. Another Talisman of Progress. Let's push this up. Path to Exile. I agree. I think this deck seems awesome. I think this deck has some real potential. I have Negate. Settle me, bro. Settle me. Well, I mean, we don't have to win any more games and we're confirmed a modern deck. Good, clean living. Gotta tweet the 3060. My body is ready to 3-2. We already have some easy improvements, right? Like I need hollowed fountains. The spreading seas are probably kind of silly. Those could likely be something else. The Stony Silences in the board are obviously terrible and should not be there. Thank you, Anoronics. I thought this was Meme Monday. I've been lied to. The Talismans of Progress are very good. The Signets could be hit or miss, Burgle. I didn't cut any of them initially because, thank you, LOQ, for the bits. Because I wanted to make sure we had enough blue mana, but with adding 4 copies of, what's it called? 4 copies of, Hallowed Fountain, we probably don't need to worry about blue count. How about Mindstone? Mindstone actually sounds great. Actually. Yeah, Mindstone seems fantastic. You think we're supposed to go up lands? Yeah, I could see that too. Especially with Irrigated Farmland. Especially with Irrigated Farmland. Yeah, going up to 22 lands seems fine. Just like cut the signets to go up lands. I'd believe that. This hand seems fine. And this hand really wants to draw some more lands, right? I mean, we can kind of play through Blood Moon. We have plenty of white mana. And, like, we could board things like... Some of those Stony Silence should probably be something like Disenchant out of the sideboard, for instance. Basic Mountain Signal Pest. Okay. I, in fact, love to party. I, Freaky Kiki. Thanks for re-upping for a second month in a row. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Welcome back. Decks like what the opponent's playing are usually pretty low on land, so like this could be very good for us. And we definitely want more lands in our deck, yeah. Definitely want more lands in my deck. I mean, our hand's likely very good against whatever their deck is doing if we can run off a couple of lands here. So we're going to take 2 here from this attack, and then I assume they're going to have a Kadaltha Rebirth post-combat that we can mana leak. They can have some other 1-mana red thing as well. Post-combat Bushwhacker. I think I'm going to let this happen and just path them here. This just, like, takes 2 power off the table, potentially more. Gives them a land, which kind of sucks, but I think this is fine. Land, please. Alright, well, it's better than missing, I suppose. Been watching your Blue-Red Fairy videos on YouTube, giving me 2004 nostalgia. Right, Tex? I really love that deck. Thank you for the 15 months and welcome back. I do appreciate it. So, getting punished for tapping out here. We're taking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Possibly more. They have another Bushwhacker. We're dead. I think we're dead. So, died because we missed land drops. Should definitely have at least 22 lands in this deck. And imagine if this had been... Land, please. Land, please. Oh, troll. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. What a temple of tilt. What a temple of tilt. Should have specified, right? Should have specified. Mistakes were made, chat. Mistakes were made. This is a Teferi out. Spreading Seas out. It's probably 2 Spreading Seas out, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. We lost a game, chat. We gotta take the whole deck and throw it away. We gotta take the whole deck and throw it away. Throw it in the garbage can. Is 4 Belcher necessary here? Probably not. You mean in this matchup or in this deck? It's probably not necessary in either. Porphyry Nodes is a good one. Would love to bottom a non-land here. What are you saying about the Signet before? Oh, if we cut the Signets for more lands, we would have been able to mana leak their big turn there, and we would have been okay. The Signets and the Spreading Seas are probably cards I'd explore cutting. Talismans are real good, though. We get to go Talisman into nodes here. If we hit a land, we get to get the Endless Horizons online. And, like, they could just not play out creatures here, and then the Porphyry Nodes only 1-for-1s them, but it would 1-for-1 them and keep their board in check, which would be good for us. Okay, so they're just going deep. So we're going to take 1, 2, we're going to take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here, probably. Oh, just a Goblin Guide. That's good for us. We're only taking 3. That's pretty good for us. So this is going to kill the Signal Pest. Land, please. Land, please. Ding. That doesn't let us Horizons, but that's still okay. It's better than missing here. No, Porphyry Nodes is Drop of Honey. It's time shifted, or it's color shifted Drop of Honey. You can play the other Bushwhacker. There is a Bushwhacker, a Reckless Bushwhacker. Whenever a card has a stupid price tag that you can't figure out, the answer is always EDH. If you ever look at a card and go, why does this card cost money? It's not played in anything. EDH is the answer you're looking for. I'm mana leaking this just so my Porphyry Nodes can go to work here. Probably gonna path something as well. So we'll take 4 here, and then we'll kill a Beaumont Courier next turn, which is nice, and stick Endless Horizon, so we'll start drawing some gas after that. So we get to destroy this guy because he's got more cards under him. Are they pitching a Spirit Guide to sack this? Do I Day of Judgment here? I feel like I'm supposed to Day of Judgment here, right? Yeah, I'm gonna Endless Horizons. We could die here, but I think I'm supposed to Endless Horizons. Yeah, there should probably be some Timelies in our deck. Should probably be some Timelies in our deck. I can't wait for them to change the card backs in paper and have people lose their minds. Foxicon, Jeff, quick, I'm buying cards from MTGO traders. I need you to show your code Hoagland PayPal, Foxicon. We got you. Thanks for the support. Thanks for checking out the sponsors. Who bought my Endless Horizons on TCG Player? If they have 2 Bushwhackers, we're dead. So, of course, they have 4th land, Bushwhacker, Bushwhacker as their last 3 cards. Eh, you know, them's the beats. Mono red keeping memes in check. I do not get a percentage from TGO traders. They just pay me a flat rate per month, in addition to lending me lots of wonderful Magic the Gathering cards. Nah, I think not wrathing them is right. I think I just want to like get more card density going. Do 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 bip do 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 do. Getting a little bit hungry. We got some Pop-Tarts here. I'm gonna consume some calories. If this was a land, this hand would be very good. But it's not, so it's a mulligan. Sorry, I'll be done snacking in a moment. It's almost noon here. Need to consume things. Intervention's probably pretty good here, actually, right? Holy shit. All right. Let's get ourselves a good old range here. I ignored the first one, but there was a second, so I feel like I need a moment to adjust here. I've timed out 2 messages in chat that were not constructive. This deck sucks against aggro. This deck seems like a good against combo and control, but you lose to aggro pretty frequently. Well, let's talk about why people that are saying that are bad at evaluating decks while you're testing. For starters, we've played 3 games, which is a dozen games is barely enough to figure out if your deck is good enough against aggro. 3 games certainly isn't. Second, were you actually watching the games that we played, or were you just wanting to feel smart and crap on things? If you watched the games that we've played, we've been losing because we've missed land drops explicitly. We may or may not be good or bad against aggressive decks, but we definitely don't have the sample size to know that. And in the sample that we've had so far, we've stumbled and died a lot. Which is why when you're testing Magic decks, if your goal is to figure out if a deck is actually good or bad or not, you can't just look at the numbers at the end and go, well, I lost 3 games, so aggro is unwinnable. You need to look at the games and go, well, what actually happened? Why are we losing? What caused us to have the issue that we're having? And if you want to just like take decks and throw them away and like not have good evaluation skills, like that's your choice. And again, I'm not saying this deck is good against aggressive decks. I'm saying 1, it's misbuilt and doesn't have enough lands in it. And 2, the sample we currently have doesn't actually let me know if that's actually the case. It might be the case, but we definitely don't know that for sure. And the sample that we have right now, the games that we're losing, are happening for pretty specific reasons. One of the hardest things about playing a game like Magic that has so much variance by design is being able to weed out the games that you're losing to bad beats or bad deck construction or bad matchups, because all 3 of those things are reasons you can lose games. I'm gonna finish my Pop-Tart now, but I feel like I just had to say that. Yeah, feeling pretty dead. Again, missed land drops and died. It's not a bad draw. They have a protection spell here. They can animate and then protect it. Ding. All right. Well, don't kill me. And then we have these Day of Judgments to maybe bridge the gap along with Gideon's intervention. Non-zero chance we're dead here. Dead Denny Pump Spell. The reason I didn't path their turn 2 agent was because not only did they have an additional threat, but they had an additional threat that my Day of Judgments couldn't kill. So I'd prefer to kill the Blighted agents with Day of Judgments as opposed to allowing them to have threats that I can't answer. So you want to prioritize using your answers on the threats that they line up best against. This deck was really sweet. I was not expecting to feel like I could win games of Magic with this, and it actually ended up being a lot better than I was expecting. Let's get the obvious things out of the way for the wrap-up segment, just because people have been saying them and people are going to skip to the end. No no Hallowed Fountains in this deck is super wrong. I was sent a budget deck list to start from that I edited, and it didn't have Hallowed Fountain in it for budget reasons, and I forgot to add Hallowed Fountain when I was making updates at 7 a.m. this morning. It doesn't have enough lands in this deck, so these Signets should probably turn into some lands very easily. So I'd probably turn 2 Plains and Signets into Hallowed Fountains. These Spreading Seas are probably pretty medium. You might want more cheap interaction like Blessed Alliance, or Condemn is even pretty good. With the addition of Hallowed Fountain to the mana base, you can probably afford to play Supreme Verdict. I opted not to play Supreme Verdict in this deck because I was worried about our blue mana source count, but I think with 16 blue sources, we can play Supreme Verdict pretty reasonably. The Stony Silences in the board are hot nonsense. That's the list I was given to start with, Pimped Up Monk. It's a budget deck. It's playing a bunch of bad cards. Thoughts on Remand versus Mana Lake? I'd rather be an actual control deck. We don't combo fast enough, consistently enough to leverage what Remand is doing, and I'd rather actually be countering their spells. Stony Silence in the board is some nonsense. This is probably some nonsense. I'm not 100% sure. His deck is basically a budget deck. It's like $100, right? It's $30. It is very much a budget deck. Yeah, I got you. Very, very much a budget deck. Yeah. So, this is something I would definitely play again in the future. It was a lot of fun and felt moderately competitive. Horizon Endless, again, the key thing to why this deck felt competitive in my mind is not only are we playing a lot of reasonable cards in our deck, but Endless Horizons, which is one of our combo pieces, I'm going to time you out because you didn't listen to what I said. Endless Horizon, which is one of our combo pieces, is a reasonable card all on its own. This card is good even when we don't draw Goblin Charbelcher. So even when we don't draw Goblin Charbelcher, Endless Horizon still has a relevant text box and an effect that impacts the game. Someone else was asking, do we actually need 4 Goblin Charbelchers? That's actually a good question. I think because Endless Horizons is so reasonable on its own, and Goblin Charbelcher, while you can, like, value Charbelcher some things... Hey, what's going on, Myers? I will be at Indy. Thank you for the 4-month free subscription. While I think Goblin Charbelcher has some effect on its own, I think cutting a Goblin Charbelcher is probably very reasonable. You can't play lands that aren't plains. The only other color you can replace in this deck is White Burgle, because there aren't red or black Irrigated Farmlands and Prairie Streams, and all of your lands have to be plains for Endless Horizons to work. So the only other secondary color this deck could play is green, and I don't think green really gives you anything useful. So I think blue's probably the best splash. Teferi is very good. Serum Visions is like fine. Mana Leak is okay. I think that's too narrow, Burgle. Now, I think I like the blue cards. Again, just like Teferi just does a really good job of like letting you play a control game when you're not like killing them with Goblin Charbelcher. So I'm not going to focus on more on other changes I would make. This is definitely something I'd run back for another donation in the future. It seems sweet. We're going to move on for today, though. So if you're looking for something fun, this is definitely, I think there's things you could do here, lots of different directions you could take it.